You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Wednesday. My name is Brock, riding solo. Unfortunately, Dalby is sick again. Fair warning, I hope I don't come across as cranky today because I have officially hit day 3 without a cigarette. And not gonna lie, when I woke up and I saw that Dalby wasn't coming in, I was totally gonna use that as an excuse to go buy a pack of darts, but I didn't. You know, if you've ever tried to quit smoking before, you'll use pretty much just about anything as an excuse to put a cigarette in your mouth. Any minor inconvenience is a reason to roll to the convenience store. I was trying the past couple weeks to use those nicotine pouches, but it just kind of feels like you're subbing one vice for another, you know what I mean? I feel like the trick is you got to distract yourself. You know, you got that little devil on your shoulder trying to sneak in every half an hour, 45 minutes, have a smoke. And the weird thing is I've done this before. I went a whole 2 years without a dart. Although last time I quit, I was going ham on the gum. I just felt like it was kind of like that Norm Macdonald joke dealing with the oral fixation part of things. But this time it feels like I'm missing the ritual of things, you know, like wake up in the morning, have a smoke, eat some food, have a smoke, get in the car. The car is my favorite place to smoke. Walk the dogs, have a smoke. I was reading online yesterday looking for tips and tricks. And there was this article that said every time that you get a craving, have a glass of water. And it kind of works because it distracts you in the moment. But just instead of smoke breaks, I was just having a lot of bathroom breaks yesterday.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
So how'd you get off the darts, bud?
I smoke joints instead of cigarettes, man, but you can't do that at work. It's real hard.
Yeah, something tells me that wouldn't fly with Boss Jackie on this one here.
Probably not, no. Gotta be careful.
I mean, and if you substitute a joint for every cigarette you smoke, holy, I'm just going to get fat, brother.
You're going to eat a lot more of it for sure.
I think that's even the thing, too, is smoking, cigarettes in general, it kind of kills your hunger craving. So that's the biggest thing I'm worrying about too now, you know?
It is, yeah. I've quit for about 9 years now, and man, you can eat when you get stoned, get hungry, right? But yeah, you're right. You substitute one thing for another almost.
Now, being off the darts for 9 years, I feel like one thing I talk to everybody who's quit smoking before is do you still think about it from time to time?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. I still think about it. But now I'm to the point where if somebody's smoking, it kind of grosses me out because it does really reek, right? Your clothes stink, and if you're walking behind somebody, even driving on the highway, sometimes you'll get that smell come into your car because the next car ahead of you is smoking, and it's like, oh my God, that's gross.
I hope to get to your standard, or I hope to get to your smelling senses one day, brother. Because for me,
that'll
it's
help you quit for sure.
I still smell it, and I'm like, oh, get over here, baby.
It's going to take at least 3 months, man. I quit for 5 years one time, and then I started again. Was that ever friggin' dumb?
And it's like the mafia. So, once you're back in, right?
Yeah. So you gotta kind of make up your mind that once you're done forever. That's what happened to me. It was New Year's Eve 9 years ago, and I was coming home, and I was feeling crappy from drinking and smoking, and I said, you know what? I had enough of this shit, and I threw the cigarettes out the window. I never had a drag ever again, and I'll never take a drag because I know it could be very easy to start again.
Got to treat it like a serious breakup, eh? You know when it's done.
That's right. Yeah. That's it.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Yesterday, if you were listening, we talked about times that your kids snitched on you, and we had a lot of stories. We had a few voicemails on the bad line here, like this one come through last night.
So for the snitching story, my husband informed me that our pickup truck needed to go to the mechanic for repairs. Something to do with the suspension and a couple other things. So when I was asking him about it later, he said he's not sure what happened. The truck just started acting up, and my daughter, who was 3 at the time, said, no, remember, Daddy, you took a shortcut through the farmer's field and got stuck, and that's why the truck broke, and the farmer had to pull us out with his tractor. Needless to say, my husband was in the doghouse for a long time.
I feel like I did that to my dad a lot, where he'd be like, don't tell your mother. And then what's the first thing that comes out of your mouth as soon as you get home? Blah, 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 blah. kids cannot keep a secret is one thing I think that we all know. But on the other side of the coin, we got this voicemail, and it's not really a snitching story. I think if you're a parent, you've probably experienced this, where your kid just takes something that they heard at home and felt the need to share it with everybody else.
Yeah, it's about something my daughter did in grade 1. The teacher was asking, would you like to have a brother or a sister? And she was asking all the kids that, and my daughter put her hand up, and she said, yes, I would, but I can't because my mom had my dad neutered. Anyways, I thought I'd leave that out there. I don't know if you guys will play it.
Oh, we did.
Thanks a lot. Bye.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I think that's a life lesson for anyone that's planning to have kids is they have no filter whatsoever. I mean, look back to when you were a kid. Like I said, you can only imagine how many times you embarrassed your parents growing up. Safe to say, having kids, a lot of people say it's the best thing that you can do in life. Probably mainly because it always keeps you on your toes.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
You know, I was playing those bad line calls about kids not having filter. You've experienced this before with your kids, eh?
Yeah, I have. I mean, there's the obvious, they see things, they say it, anything that they see, they say. And just one time in particular with my oldest, when he was a toddler, we were walking into the grocery store. He was walking behind me, and he says very loudly, as kids also do, "Hey, Mom, when you walk, your butt jiggles." And this wasn't like a quiet grocery store. Like, there was people around who definitely heard it and were definitely giggling. And I'm sure my face went beet red. And it was one of those moments where I'm like, well, that's kind of your fault, bud. So thanks.
Nobody is more honest than a kid, but I feel like being a parent to a kid, it's like you could be feeling yourself one day and your kid will bring you back down to earth so quick.
Oh, absolutely. But even on the flip side, I tell people this too, like, kids are honest. So if you look good, they will tell you. There's been times where my kid will see me like, "Oh, Mom, you look so pretty." And you're like, well, I actually must look pretty because he said so,
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
So the Leafs play their final game of the season tonight, and I think that's something a lot of Leaf fans are really happy to see. It's been a very long season, to say the least, but also tonight is a sad occasion. Not the fact that the Leafs won't be making the playoffs, but the fact that it will be Joe Bowen's last game ever broadcasting. If you're like, I know that name, why do I know that name? Well, that's because Joe Bowen is the famous announcer, of course, who always says, "Holy Mackinaw!" Broadcasting with the Leafs for 44 years. If you can believe that. Yeah, that's going to make some of you feel a little bit old. He's seen a lot of good times, a plethora of bad times. It's weird to think that he's kind of the last connection to the Leafs' true culture, Think about it like this. 2 generations of kids grew up with this man calling games. Now, obviously, they took him off the TV broadcast years ago, put him on the radio broadcast, but be honest, if there's anyone that deserved to see a Stanley Cup, it's Joe Bowen. Kind of feel the same way, with like Buck Martinez last year with the Jays, and then he steps down. But dare I say it, Joe is the Leafs. He's a fan at heart too. Like, you can listen to it when you hear him calling those games. A lot of commentators try not to be biased. There's a lot of bias in a Joe Bowen call. So I say this. If you watch the game tonight on TV, I suggest that you turn the volume down. Maybe get out your laptop on your phone. You can go on the Seeker app, look up Sportsnet Radio, and listen to Joe Bowen call this one last game. The Leafs may have sucked this year, but at least you can hear a legend go out one last time. And you know what? If you have kids and they're Leafs fans, God bless them. But put on the radio broadcast for them so they can at least hear "Holy Mackinaw!" once in their lives.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
All right, we are saying goodbye to the Toronto Maple Leafs this year as their season comes to an end. And for all you Leaf fans, I know it's been a rough year. So I've written a poem for all the Leafs fans out there. If you don't mind, let me cue up some fitting music here. One last call for the blue and white. Go on, give them a cheer, but you don't have to. Because for a season so brutal, it truly outdid last year. No, there was no heartbreak in April, no dramatic collapse. They spared us the suspense and went straight to the naps. The offense looked deadly for a brief moment or two, then vanished completely like it had something better to do. Our defense was generous. We let everyone score. Opponents had career nights, and sure, they came back for more. Our goaltending, a mystery. A game of pure chance. Every shot felt dangerous. Every rebound, a true chance. And effort each night, well, it came and went. Like a bad Wi-Fi signal at 10%. By March, they were swinging. Just not with a stick. Already booking tee times like, yeah, this season's done quick. Practicing their short game while fans watched in pain. Working on drives while we drove ourselves insane. We kept saying next game, like it finally might click. But it never quite did. Just the same old shtick. By the end, we just shrugged. No anger, no fear. Just a deep sigh. Yup. That tracks for this year. But we'll all be back, like we always appear. Talking ourselves into it because, as a Leafs fan, you know, there's always next year.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Yesterday, Dalby was talking about being back at the gym, of course, feeling how awkward it is, and you kind of get in your own head. We did get a voice memo from someone talking about something that they think about when they're at the gym.
I have a gym at work. I go there for bodyweight workouts, which are great. Push-ups, sit-ups, chin-ups. The fatter you are, the more of a burn you get. But there is a pair of dumbbells that weigh 125 pounds each. I've never wanted to lift my fridge with one hand, but now I know it is a goal I can work towards. I wonder who delivered them. Could you imagine ordering something like that off of Amazon?
Oh my God, I've never thought about that before. Yeah, someone's got to deliver all that stuff. What a nightmare that would have to be there. But you know what? Thinking about it now, if you can curl 125-pound dumbbells or shoulder press them or whatever, honestly, I applaud you. That is a huge achievement. You've hit peak physical fitness. But at the same time, if you're picking up the final weight on the dumbbell rack, brother, you've won the gym. You've won. You've got the high score. You're allowed to go home at that point, in my opinion. I feel like what else can you achieve at that point? Maybe that's from a schlubby guy's kind of point of view, but I mean, like, what else is there to do? Start doing cardio and get a victory lap in?
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
So earlier in the show, I was looking for tips and tricks on how to get off the cigarettes there. Lisa, what worked for you?
I quit like at least 15 years ago, and I found making a game of it when you're having the cravings was really helpful.
What's the game that you would play with your mind, I guess?
So with me, I had my husband, so it was like, okay, so what kind of fun thing can we do as a treat that I got over the craving? So if it was like, you know, maybe a tickle or a kiss or something like that, or, you know, just like, oh, well, maybe, you know, a specialty beer that you like that you wouldn't normally buy, you know, something to reward yourself. Like, you're going to fall off, like, you're gonna slip up every once in a while, but you know what? You got it in you. As long as you get back up, you dust yourself off, and you keep going, you're gonna be good.
I'm gonna use the kiss and the tickle method with the misses and see how much that works.
Hey, you know what? Courtney's willing to help out. I mean, it's appreciated. A little bit of affection. Come on, brownie points there.
I'm sure she'll appreciate my breath not stinking anymore too.
That's one of the bonuses. And the best part is that once you get over it and you're like
say like 6 months into it, food tastes so much better. But
And I mean, with the price of a pack of smokes right now, like, it's a great time to quit.
yeah, exactly. See, you could go to more baseball games, or buy more stuff from the Maple Leafs, and go see more games.
Maybe finally get Courtney that engagement ring.
There you go, right? Set yourself a goal.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
When I had a craving, I eat celery or carrot sticks, anything that was hand to mouth,
That makes so much sense because it is, I made the joke earlier of the Norm Macdonald thing, the fixation,
Yeah. When I was at home, I would, even if I had done the dishes already, I would just wash a few things, plates, cups, anything. I'd vacuum, I'd dust, because the craving only lasts, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. So basically, you just go with the distraction method, right?
That's right.
And on top of that, not only are you cleaning out your lungs, but you're keeping your house cleaner than it was before at the same time.
Exactly.
So going with some sort of food method. Someone else texted and said, my trick was I found something that I really didn't like, which was black licorice. And every time I had a craving, I would eat a piece and I would have to eat it, like swallowing it all the way. That way I tricked my brain into thinking that every time I wanted a cigarette, it was going to be disgusting, and it worked. That's a smart method. I mean, just gross yourself out, right? Someone else said just be like Razor Ramon. Keep a toothpick in all the time. Few people saying sunflower seeds as well. I mean, yeah, that's actually a bonus too, because at least if I go out for drinks with the boys, I can still go stand outside and talk, just put a couple of spits in my mouth there. Although I don't think anybody's ever finished making love and leaned over to the other side of the bed and been like, hey, babe, pass me those sunflower seeds. Yeah, that's super attractive.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Crikey! Cyber animal impressions with Croc and Digby. Sorry, Brock and Dalby.
All right, I've got $100 in Lotto 649 tickets for tonight's jackpot. And for this new version of Animal Impressions, we're asking you to actually be the animal here. And since it is the beginning of spring, I'm sure you've got one of these annoying buggers in your house. Like, you always fly around your ears, right? It's like they're trying to tell you something. So if I have asked you, give me your best impression of what you think the fly is trying to tell me. All right, 762-555. If you are not one of our flies, that does mean you are a judge. So please judge accordingly here. We will get to it right now. We'll start with this one from good friend of the show, Bobby. And here's what Bobby had to say. Oh, not working now. Some technical issues. All right, Bobby's isn't working. We've got Jen here.
Hi, this is Jen, and this is what the fly is saying to you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Not touching you.
Kind of going with like the little sibling, older sibling kind of treatment there. Okay, I get it. We got another one here.
What's up, Brock? This is Skaggs, man, and here's my impression of a fly.
I mean, Skaggs, you got it all wrong, brother. We're looking for what is the fly actually, or maybe that's it. Maybe they just aren't saying anything. Maybe that was Skaggs' impression. We'll keep it moving here. Got Rodney.
My name is Rodney. Hey, it's spring. It's time to bug you. You like fishing? You always fish? Where are you going? What are you doing? Where are you going? What do you want to do, eh? I'm here to bug you. Bug you, bug you.
Kind of similar to the sibling thing, right? They're just like, flies are just lingers.
Maybe they're actually just trying to be the homie, but they can't take a hint. All right. Okay, we'll do a couple more here.
We are trying to currently reach you about your car's extended warranty.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Flies are just like scam callers. That's all they are. I really like that angle. All right, let's do one more here. That's my favorite so far. We got Dennis.
Hi, my name is Dennis. This is my impression of the flag. Hey, wake up. Guess what? The Leafs didn't make a playoff.
Oh.
That means, I guess this year is not their year again this year. Guess what? The Leafs are out.
Real comedian we got there.
Shame.
Thought we were having fun this morning, Dennis. Well played, though. Well played. 762-555. What do you guys think? I feel like, honestly, it's between Dennis, and there was no name on the warranty one, but I do like the one calling about your car insurance's warranty. A lot of people saying the Leafs one, a lot of people saying the warranty. You know what? I'm still a little sour about the Toronto Maple Leafs this morning, so I'm making an executive decision. Ding, and a round of applause going to the extended warranty guy.
We are trying to currently reach you about your car's extended warranty.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Would you rather Wednesday? Would you rather Wednesday?
All right, let's get weird. 762-555. Since Dalby is away, call to the bullpen once again. My beautiful, lovely girlfriend Courtney is in the studio. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we've got a lot of would you rathers here. First one is, would you rather be a fly or a mosquito? What says you, Courtney?
Mosquito.
Mosquito?
Yeah. They're kind of like vampires, so like you just drink blood all
Okay,
day.
that's one way of looking at it.
Flies don't have a purpose.
I
so.
mean, I guess technically you're drinking all the time too. And
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Although disease feels weird.
Do you have it though, or do you just transmit it to other people?
I guess. I don't know. I was gonna say like at least the fly, like you're just like hanging out with the fellas all the time. You're
Licking your arms.
You're kind of like a crust punk, right? You know, like those punky guys that hang around like train tracks and stuff. It's kind of what you are.
Ew. Next question.
Would you rather be on Fear Factor or Survivor?
Survivor.
Really?
I don't want to be covered in tarantulas, nor do I want to eat a camel spider.
But think about it like this: like Fear Factor, it's one episode and it's done with. Survivor, you could ruin. How many people have ruined their life on reality TV from these shows?
Yeah, but you could be the quiet one that doesn't want drama.
Nobody wants that. You're never gonna. Nobody ever who's the quiet one ever wins any of those shows.
That's true.
What else do we got here? Would you rather have glow in the dark hair or
Yes.
fart confetti?
Hair.
Well, as a hairstylist, I assume that was going to be
But
your
it glows
answer.
in the dark. How cool.
How cool would it be if we were just out in public and
No.
always the life of the party? No?
No.
No?
Would get old.
A lot of
Clean
cleanup.
up.
Yeah, the cleanup. Yeah. Okay, we'll do a couple more here. Would you rather be eaten by a great white shark or be beaten to death by a silverback gorilla?
Shark.
Yeah?
Yeah. You got drowning on your side, so that helps, but gorillas are I'm just petrified of them. So.
I know you don't like monkeys, yeah. I don't know. I mean, they're both gonna hurt. I guess you gotta look at it like this. Like, if you're swimming in the water and you get attacked by a shark, people will have more sympathy for you than if you're
Falling into pits of gorillas?
What were you doing there? Why were you there, right? I feel like it makes more sense if I was just swimming in the ocean.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
I mean, think about when Harambe got taken down because that kid climbed in. That kid has to live with that for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Finally, we'll wrap up with this one. Would you rather find out that your partner is your cousin, or would you rather find out they're a murderer? So would you rather find out that we're related or that I'm a serial killer?
Serial killer.
Really?
Yeah. Makes life more interesting. I'll come visit you in jail and stuff.
It makes life more interesting. I mean, I guess to be honest, here I am trying to defend it like we're gonna go the cousin angle. I think you can't. You can't bounce back from that at all.
Nah.
At
Labeled
least,
forever.
Yeah, at least if I found out you're a murderer, there's a good chance like I could start a podcast, maybe get like a Netflix documentary or something
you could
about
make
it.
money off that.
In this economy,
How wonderful.
babe, get the kitchen knife.
Want to be part of the podcast?
Leave a message on the bad line.
The Bad Line is the answering machine for the Brock and Dalby Show.
To get the number, text the word bad to 762-555.
Thanks for listening to the Brock and Dalby Podcast.